There you go.
All right, the time being 7:10, I'll call the April 20th, 2020 meeting of the Oxford Planning Board to order. This special meeting is for just a couple agenda items. I'll first read the reason why we're on camera instead of live. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, General Laws, Chapter 30A, subsection 18, and Governor Baker's March 15th, 2020 order concerning imposition on strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. Meetings in the town of Oxford will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. We strive to provide access to such meetings via a link to call in or other similar option. In the event we are unable to accommodate the same, despite the best efforts, we will post recorded sessions of the meeting as soon as possible following the same. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings. First on the agenda, plans not requiring subdivision approval. We do have one. I'll turn that over to our subcommittee chair, Jeffrey Stafford.
Okay. The applicant is Louise J. Harrison. The mailing address is 2 Carbuncle Drive, Oxford, Mass. Survey is LaPrade Land Surveying. Their address is 145 West Sturbridge Road, East Brookfield, Mass. Property owner is Louise J. Harrison. Property information
Lois.
is... I'm sorry?
Sorry to interrupt. It's Lois Harrison.
Lois J. Harrison. Property information is Assessors Map 23A, Parcel D-01. Zoning district is an R3. The property address is 4 Carbuncle Drive, Oxford, Mass. Number of lots or parcels proposed is 1. And so she's selling this land to the town of Oxford for the expansion of the Carbuncle Park area.
Good evening, board members. Jennifer Warren Diamond from the town manager's office. Through you, Mr. Chairman. At the last special town meeting that we had in the fall, we discussed the acquisition of this property. Originally, this property was 3 separate lots. However, they were not buildable lots, so for tax purposes, they were combined into 1 lot. She is selling us on the original 1989 plan, lot 3. We have taken an additional portion of lot 2 down by the frontage on the new plan, which would encompass the area known as the Point, which is commonly used by fishermen. So we are interested in all of lot 3, a portion of lot 2. Okay. And the reason that this is before you tonight is to affirm that lot 2, what remains of the original lot 2, so the new lot 2, still has frontage.
So it says the remaining land and lot satisfies the requirement for the frontage. That's why lot 2 is okay. But it's still saying that's only right. 1 whole lot. So you're not breaking any of these lots up or anything.
They're calling that parcel A, Jeff. That's
okay.
I didn't have a problem with that. What I had a problem is the note that was put on the form saying, requesting planning board attest that the remaining land in lot 2 satisfies the requirements for a buildable frontage lot.
Huh.
That language was at the suggestion of the DPW director.
Well, I know. Well, I understand that, but this owner is going to trust that we did our job and there's not going to be a hiccup and she's going to get a building permit. Okay. What is the frontage in that district, Mary? Did you look at it at all?
Oh, let me look at the plan.
I have no problem that the frontage is on Carbuncle Drive. I think the town basically incorporated that as a public road now.
Is that true?
That's not the issue. The issue is the 135 feet, whether that it was still applicable today.
Right.
Carbuncle is in the R3, which requires 125 feet of frontage.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if the surveying's properly, she won't have a problem. Okay. Like I said, I wanted to protect us because she's basically saying, you guys approve this, you're
Right.
attesting to the fact she can build on lot 2.
Right, and typically with an A&R, the board specifies with a stamp that they're not saying that it's a buildable lot.
That's correct.
Right.
That's right. So
Well,
they were putting another condition on this that generally isn't there.
That's a good point. All right. Any other questions from any board members? Christine, you got to unmute yourself.
She's gone. Where is she?
Oh, she's down there. She's here.
Well, she's afraid of her dog barking. We've been there before, so.
That's okay. That's okay. I have a cat
Okay.
staring at me right now. All right.
Where'd you go, Chris?
All right.
Okay. So there's no other questions.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve this as a plan not requiring subdivision approval.
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor?
Roll call. Roll call.
Sorry.
Okay. Aye.
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 Okay. Motion carried. Okay. I'll turn the meeting back over to you, Rich.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Jen.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Chris.
Good job.
Jennifer.
Take care.
All right, so I have one piece of business. Guess we could put it under new business. I received an email from Weston and Sampson requesting that the planning board sign a Chapter 91 license application form for culvert work on Sakuraba Road. And I was going to ask if you want me to sign this on behalf of the board or wait for one of the board members to sign it.
Have we ever done something like this before, Rich?
No, I understand it's from the, Department of Environmental Protection, and they usually deal with conservation commissions. And I know the Conservation Commission on this one has been intimately involved since day one. We as a planning board have never seen a plan, except what we saw in the email that just came through. Now, because they use the word municipal planning board notification, okay, they're looking for a planning board to sign it off. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Mary, you can sign it off. I have no problem with that. Let's go for a motion, entertain a motion to allow Mary to sign off as our clerk. This Chapter 91 Waterways license application.
I'll make that a motion.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Christine. Okay. Further discussion? Being none, all those voting in favor?
Aye.
Christine?
Aye.
Aye. Jeffrey?
Aye.
And I'll say aye. Carried unanimous.
Mary, do they know when they're gonna start construction on that?
I just got the documents today, so I have no idea. There are a lot of
I think this is the last hurdle to get that approval. They needed to have that signed off by the planning board, even though we were never involved, but that's okay. If that's what it takes to get it done, we'll prove it, because this thing again's been critiqued by the Conservation Commission. They're in charge of environmental protection in the town of Oxford. So.
Wasn't that voted on a long time ago?
I've got Roger and Craig coming in.
They're just coming in. We're gonna tell them we're gonna be going out.
Go back to that.
I'm gonna let them in so that
Yeah,
when
definitely, yeah.
we're going into executive session, they know which members are here.
Okay.
So Mary, are we starting at 7:30?
Yeah, we have to
Okay.
log
I've
out.
got it scheduled at 7:30.
Oh, so I got log into the
Yeah,
other
you
one.
get.
Yeah, we got to
close
log out of
this
this one
meeting
and log
close
into the other one.
Okay.
And I sent you the direct link
Yep,
for
yes, yeah.
for the
Yeah.
next one, so you don't have to type in that
Okay.
crazy
And
password.
I have all my resumes up.
Craig, hi, Roger.
Sorry. Good
That's
evening,
okay.
guys.
Hey.
You missed the entire meeting.
Yeah, I got stuck in purgatory.
Good
That's
time.
okay.
We've heard this.
Okay, the synopsis is that we voted for the A&R on Carbuncle Pond. And
Okay.
we dealt with this Sakuraba Road culvert by allowing Mary to sign off that application. Even though as a board, we never got to see anything. It was basically always the Conservation Commission that dealt with the DPW. So anyway, we took care of that. Now, I told the others, and I'll tell you now, any votes we do tonight, I'm going to call yous up and you can give me your vote. We just want to make sure our votes are clear for the public, even though in executive session, it won't matter that much, but that's the way this has to roll, because a lot of the thumbs up we did last meeting and that disappeared from the way the gentleman edited the footage to go online. He says he's going to show it, but as a secondary thing, we'll just do a typical roll call. I'll call your name and you vote type thing. I think that's the best way to go. Okay.
Good.
Mary, anything else?
No, just that you have to announce that you're going into executive session. You have to do a roll call.
You want to do that now while we're still in the?
Yeah, I sent you the
Okay.
instructions.
Yeah, no, I got them here.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen and ladies, we are going to be going into executive session for the reason of discussion of upcoming application for a job within the town of Oxford, and to maintain our ability to maintain privacy to those applicants. So that is the reason we are going to go into executive session. And now I'll state to any public that's going to be watching this open session that at the end of executive session, we will be closing the public meeting also. Okay. So I'll take a roll call right now, vote to enter into executive session. I say aye. Jeffrey,
Aye.
Christine,
Aye.
Roger,
Aye.
Greg,
Aye.
and Norman.
Aye.